Hello, it's Melinda from Scrapbooking and Craft. Just coming on to do a fun YouTube collaboration. Gina Ahrens has put some challenges together for us to do videos on. So it's a hashtag challenge. It's the first one I've done of these, so bear with me. I'm not real good at editing videos at the moment, so I prepped my page and I'm going to do a bit with you. It's hashtag $5art. So basically you're allowed to have one mark making tool, whether it be a paintbrush or a texta or something to make marks as well, and then you take $5 to the store and you buy some art supplies, different art supplies, and make some art with them. So I purchased these two products. I found this party paint set. So these are like in the party section where you can put like in the kids goodie bags. So that looked quite good, but then I wanted white to do some highlights, so I found this. This is a painting set. This was $3 and this was $2 here in Australia. Don't know how good the paintbrush is going to be, so I've got a different paintbrush, and actually my water brush is also around here somewhere. So I thought I'd give these a go. So I'll start with these ones. Oh, I'm just grabbing one of the paint pellets out. I don't think the brushes will be... Oh, sorry, moss just flew into my face. It's attracted to the light. Yeah, those paintbrushes aren't very good. But these look kind of cool. There's a fair bit of paint in them by the looks of it. They're quite deep. Some of them are quite shallow that you get. So to catch you up to where I am, because I can't edit videos at the moment, November's my month to edit videos. So basically what I did, I'm working in my altered book. So this is just a novel book. It had really thin pages, so what I've actually done is glued 4 pages together. And I also... Excuse me, yawning. I've also removed every second page, so you can see this is a bit... Some of the pages glued straight and some didn't. It's a bit wonky, but that's alright. It adds to the book. Some of them glued a bit straighter. And the thing working with these books, you've got to remember to work not just from the front, otherwise your spine gets all buckled, but work from some from the front, some from the back. So I hope you didn't finish this book up before the end of the year, so this will be my... I've got 2016 journal. Enough of that, let's get on to the painting. So basically, I took a Sharpie marker, a Sharpie pen, and drew out my design of a face and some leaves and a hair. I thought I might make this an autumn leaf with the reds and yellows, and I should be able to make brown, because easily I can make mud with these colours. I don't know. Might mix some white in with her face. We'll see what happens. So we got brown in the Pooh Bear too. So just a very simple stylised face with some leaves in the hair. Then what I did was actually you're allowed one medium in the challenge as well. So a medium as in like a Modge Podge, like a glue or a gesso or something like that. So I chose white gesso, and I've just done the thinnest coat I can, just so that watercolour paints don't actually soak into the book pages that much. So I've just got my water brush, and sorry, just trying to find out where the best camera angle is. What do we start with? Let's start with some orange and red in her hair. So there's a water barrel brush, or you can use a normal paintbrush as well. So just getting the watercolours wet. I probably won't paint the entire face with you tonight, because it will probably take me hours, but I will have a decent play with these paints. Let's see if we can get some red in there. Oh, whoops. I forgot my water brush has got black paint in it. Oh, tissue's handy. Sorry, just got to dot that off. My water barrel brush has got colour up in the brush. Oh, now it just leaked. So let's not use the water in the brush. I've just got a pot off to the side. So just bring some water up to get them a bit wet. So I'm actually making a bit of a brown. I want a bit more red. Oops. And a bit of slop of that tonight, aren't I? Just wiping it up with a tissue. Do this leaf with the red. We've got a bit more red. It's actually a reddy brown. It's a nice colour. So they're actually going on quite nice. It'll be interesting when they dry. I do have my heat gun off to the side, so I will dry some of them in a minute. I'll go over that orange again just to see if I can make it a bit darker. Yes, doesn't help that I've got. Let's swap to the paintbrush. Again, it's only a cheap kids paintbrush that I got, and see if that's going to make me get better colour. So the paints are going on fairly nicely, so these cheap paints are actually quite nice. Don't know why I grabbed such a little brush. Let's pick up some yellow. Let's see if the yellow turns out at all. So there's actually going to be a series of these challenges over the next few months that Gina Ahrens puts together, and she's got a Facebook group. I'll link it below. The Facebook group, if I haven't mentioned, is A Life of Art and Self-Expression. So she's got a whole list of challenges. Oh, excuse me, yawning. It's late at night. I'm trying to get this done. She's got a list of challenges, different things up, and each time it'll be a different, like this was a $5 art challenge. It might be recycled art, it might be a non-art. So you have to go find, that yellow's not really coming up that well. One might be a non-art art project, so you have to go find something you wouldn't normally use for art. So they're lots of fun. So there will be hopefully a lot of ladies doing this. So if you do search the hashtag, and I will put the hashtag down below as well, it's $5art, as in 5, the word 5, so F-I-V-E $art. So it'd be interesting to see what other people come up with. I'm actually getting quite a bit of, quite a bit of colour through there, which is nice. So that's sort of the effect I was going for, just to get some autumn coloured leaves in her hair. So it's a great challenge to actually think outside the box and actually look at art materials, and you can make, obviously you can make art with very basic materials if you're on a limited budget, which is really handy. Like this isn't the best paper either, this isn't watercolour paper, this is just a novel, and you know how thin novel pages are. But it's actually holding up really, really well. I'm surprised. Painting skills aren't the best, trying to stay in the lines, trying to add some highlights and some low lights and things. The only problem with these palettes is you are very limited with colour. Might do a swap to the other paints in a minute and see if we can add some more highlights. It's fun to do different challenges and actually make you think outside the box for art supplies. I'm always looking at things in different ways that you can use for a different purpose. And I wouldn't think that little kids' art watercolours would be able to work so well. A bit of a highlight up here to this leaf. So they're drying quite quickly too, and they're not chalky, and they're not sort of, some kids' watercolours you get are really chalky when they're dry, but these ones aren't. This one's really cool. I don't do a lot of watercolour. I'd love some really expensive watercolours, but not until I get better at doing things. Be my reward. Okay, let's swap over because I want some white. So these are even less. So this actually come with some Winnie the Pooh colouring. Whoops, sorry. Back to the camera. Winnie the Pooh colouring sheets. So it'll be interesting to see what these are like. So they're just in a bubble. Just trying to get the sticky tape undone. Should have taken it off before I started the camera. As I said, I won't finish my whole picture because this will take me a while to finish. But let's have a go at these ones because I was really interested in the white. To whether these ones are opaque. So which bit have I? This one I've done. Okay, yeah. I can put some sort of highlights. Let's go with the brown. Just wonder if these ones are more. Put a few more shadows in. If I was able to edit, I'd be able to fast forward and you could see me paint the whole book, but I can't do that at the moment. These are quite nice too. These are a bit more opaque, which is nice. Didn't actually say on these ones what they are. Just said painting kit. So I don't know whether they're watercolours. They're reactivating with the water. It doesn't actually say. But I'm assuming they're... Well, they're obviously water-based because they're activated with water. But it didn't actually say in the packet if they were like watercolours or acrylics. But they're actually nice and opaque, so these would be nice to do some deep lines with. So if any of you ladies have a go at a $5 challenge and want to post a video, tag me in it or leave a link below and I'll go check out your video. It's fun to see a lot of art made out of nothing because art supplies, especially, well, in America they can get very expensive as well, but especially in Australia they can get very expensive. And sometimes when you can get, let's add a bit of this red, whoops, when you can get cheap art supplies that do the same sort of thing, why not have the cheaper ones, and you can have twice as many. Just trying to put some red into these, make them look really autumny leaves. Only reason why I chose autumn leaves was it was just the colours in the palette. Oops. Now, I don't actually know how much these have got in them. They're quite deep wells, but I think it's only just coated the bottom of the well and the sides of the well with paint. So these won't last very long, but long enough to get a bit of a kick out of a bit more water. I'm not sure which ones I prefer actually. I like both of them. They're both doing the job that I intended them to do. So that's really cool. Okay. Let's use some. Let's see if we can give us some blue. I was going to say blue eyeshadow, but I didn't really do eyelashes, did I? Now let's give it some blue eyes. Blue pupils. Oh, I'm going to put my hand in that. I can see that coming a mile off. What I will do when this is dry is I'll actually probably go back over it with my black texta, just to black Sharpie marker. Permanent texture, just to bring in the highlights and the definitions a bit more. I'll give us some red lips. She's got beautiful smacky lips down here. We'll give us some beautiful red lips. See if I can get some highlights on the lips. So I'm hoping to do a lot of the challenges because I'd like to really extend my arting and experimenting this year, or coming into next year, which would be really cool. And it's fun to think outside the box and do something different than just keep doing the same old stuff. Well, we've got a bit of a quiet time. Thank you to all my new subbies that have joined me. Alexis and I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I don't say a lot like, subscribe and things like that, because I think that's... Not that I dislike it when I'm watching videos, but it's sort of... I don't say it enough. I don't say it in every video. If you want to subscribe, you know you can. If you want to like, you know you can. Been getting a few dislikes lately, but... Hey, I don't really mind. I know some of my art's not to everyone's taste, so if they want to dislike the video they can. No water, no, what do they say, no water off my back. I just ignore it. Life's too short to be concerned about things like that. We give her some rosy red cheeks. I enjoy all your comments, and Alexis loves comments on her videos when she does them as well. I was actually going to get Alexis to do a $5 art video, and we've just basically run out of time. I'm actually doing this about 11 o'clock at night, the day before it's due. And we've just run out of time. Maybe in the January school holidays, if there's one, Alexis can do it. She'd like going and shopping and spending the $5 and doing some art with it. It's just, and this is, we're coming up to a busy season in Australia. The end of the school year coming up soon in December, and then we've got Christmas, and then we've got my birthday, Alexis' birthday coming up. We're just busy time of the year. I've got to get to and do some of my study, which I've been procrastinating and putting off for a while, so I must get to and finish some of that. I've got to finish a course before May next year, so I've got about 6 months now to do 12 months worth of coursework, but knuckle down the next few months and get some of that done. It's just been busy lately, and other things have been taking my time. Not to make this video too long, I might stop it there, so get the idea. So these, what I will do is I'll sit here and paint the rest of it. But it's a good idea. You can use really cheap art supplies and really cheap kids paint. Some are better than others. I have bought some that have been absolute duds, and they've not been very nice at all. They've been very glossy. I'll just quickly dry this, make sure it's not going to dry chalky or glossy. Sorry about the noise. There we go, most of that's dry. So I'm very impressed with that actually. You can see the different colours and they're not all muddying together, which is nice. And if I work on it a bit more, what I might do is work on it a bit more off camera and then come on and do another short video and put it up a little bit after this video goes up and show you the end result. And what I was talking about is, what I will do is, this is dry now. Once it's dry, what I do is usually go back and put some of my defining black lines in. Just to, well, it's not as dry as I'd like it to be. My texta's not working. Maybe this is the one that doesn't work. Probably needs to be a bit dry, but you can just go and trace over and give it a bit more definition. Oh, we'll work down here, it's a bit more dry down here. think this pen's decided it wants to bite the dust. But as you can see, you can put your definition and your defining lines back in. So we'll go around and define it all again. And then the page will be done. So I hope that encourages you to go out and spend $5 on some really cheap kids paints. And as you can see from these ones are pretty cool. And my face will turn out beautifully when I finish her off. She's a bit of a stylised Picasso-inspired face. But thank you for watching, if you're still watching, and goodbye for now.